Hello, this is David Gottfried, and I want to discuss with you pseudo intellectuals and Euro worship, which is quite a big phenomenon. Um, in evaluating American literature, Virginia Woolf wrote that Americans are confused about Europe, and this makes their art suffer. They often suffer from a sort of Euro worship, although she didn't use that term. She said some Americans think that aristocratic, old, hierarchical Europe is inherently more artistic or fine or noble than things American, and that and she said that these Americans, often a bunch of pseudo-intellectuals, promote a fussy, fastidious, prissy form of art that idealizes and idolizes the lifestyles of the rich and famous parasites. And, Henry James is considered one of America's finest writers, but she said in evaluating um, Henry James, she said in a letter to Leighton Strachey, please tell me what you find in Henry James. We have his works here, and I can't find anything but faintly tinged rosewater, urbane and sleek, but vulgar and pale as Walter Lamb. Is there really any sense in it? But I should note that she also said in that same essay that some American art suffers by radically trying to be very un-European and brash and raucous and riotous. But in any event, I think that Woolf's criticism of the American tendency to genuflect before Europe occurs not only in art, but also in the way people live their lives. For example, years ago, I discovered aranciata in Italy. All it is orange soda, and as such, it contains this sort of common and junky stuff that orange soda in this country contains: sugar, orange coloring, maybe citric acid to give it tartness, or if they want to be cheap, they do what Coca-Cola does and give you phosphoric acid for the taste. It sold for 350 lira, or in other words, less than 35 cents for a 12-ounce can. I mean, it wasn't anything special. A couple of months later, I was in a cafe in Greenwich Village, and I noticed people buying aranciata for about $2. The sophisticated beverage had been poured into very slender, elegant glasses, which could not have contained more than 6 ounces of the charmed beverage. But the pseudo intellectual precious things in the village knew that something with a foreign name like aranciata had to be imbued with the culture and savoir-faire of a movie featuring Cary Grant in Italy. Wow, I mean, they might have thought that they would taste the forbidden fruit had by Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton when they filmed Antony and Cleopatra in Italy. Another point. In Israel, people sometimes eat a snack called falafel. It is a piece of pita bread into which balls of fried chickpeas have been inserted, along with lettuce and tomato and some kind of sauce, the contents which I don't know. Years ago, I got falafel sandwiches in Israel for about 40 cents. Shortly thereafter, my work took me to Columbia. I remember seeing a restaurant near Columbia University in New York, which sold falafel sandwiches for about $3.50. But of course, the pampered, rich, and supposedly brilliant Columbia students would never do something as uncouth as contest the price. They knew that because they were going to Columbia, and because the dish was foreign, and because they had to exude sophistication as good little snooty Columbia students should, they readily paid the outlandish price. Now, the point on educational television, and that's often such an abomination. Well, in any event, on educational television in the New York area, we are often shown soap operas or situation comedies from England. There doesn't seem to be anything the least bit provocative, stimulating, or intelligent about these shows, but they do feature English accents, and Americans are suckers for English accents. Every stupid American pseudo-intellectual knows that English accents exclaim, declaim, denounce, and stress syllables with empress-like disdain and disparagement oozing with undeserved wealth. And so, of course, it's on public television. For American underachievers, watching British sitcoms are probably considered the equivalent of 3 college credits in English literature. Another point, in cuisine, very spicy foreign cuisines have become more and more popular in America. Because the food is foreign, it is deemed to be inherently superior or more noble, and the possibility of contracting gastritis or any number of gastrointestinal afflictions should never stand in the path of higher education. However, the nitwits who love this food don't realize that people ate very spicy food ages ago because there was no refrigeration. Unless meats were literally spiced and or salted, they would be swarming with millions or billions of bacteria. People endured and learned to live with highly spiced food so they wouldn't die of infectious maladies. In this era of refrigeration, there is no need to assault one's stomach. Highly spiced food is an unnecessary relic of another age. However, if you really want to eat spiced food, go ahead and do it, but don't shove it down my throat. In any event, that's enough for now. Thank you and goodbye.